Now that you've all seen what it's like to use the Tornado, I'm going to demonstrate to you how much airflow it has. So this is part 2 of the video here. One thing I didn't mention was that this blower unit up here is detachable. It twists off of the top portion of the tank right here, and so it is removable, and then of course that filter just twists off as well. And let me back on there. There we go. So that is easily removable, and the blower unit is also easily serviceable. The 2 screws up here expose the carbon brushes and the commutator. Carbon brushes just clip right in and are easily changed in the field. These 2 halves come apart. There are 4 screws down here that allow you to separate the motor from the sandcast aluminum blower housing. And underneath that, there's 1 screw holding the fan on. You take that off, the fan comes off, and there are 4 screws that hold the lower bearing plate on. Once you take those screws off, you have full access to the armature. So it's really not a hard unit to work on. I've worked on a couple of these motors myself, and after getting some help from someone on the line, I had to take it apart, and it was really not that hard to figure out. And that was really what got me interested in wanting one of these, was servicing on them. I first saw these in the Granger catalog when I was about 7 years old, and they were still blue and manufactured by Brewer Tornado in Chicago. And as of January of last year, as we own the Tornado division, we started manufacturing them at our plant in St. James. So it's kind of interesting history there. So I've got the Baird meter out, which I don't know if I've done a video of it, but there's several pictures of it that I've used on several of my machines. It's not the most accurate way of measuring airflow, since it doesn't measure in cubic feet per minute, but it's a good way to judge the amount of power a machine has. Normally, average upright, clean air upright will pull about 5 or 6. You attach this to a Kirby, and it theoretically will pull about 10. Of course, I think most Kirbys are useless, so I really can't comment on that figure. Even though Kirbys do move quite a bit of air, I think they're just very kludgy and cumbersome as a vacuum cleaner, and would really rather use something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. As you can tell by the voltage gauge on the Variac, I have it set for 80 volts. So we'll see how much air it pulls at 80 volts. I'll attach the meter to the front of the machine now. You can see that again. Maybe you can even hear it. So at 80 volts, it moves enough air to where it snaps the indicator disc back with an audible pop. So I would say that is pretty damn impressive. And of course, at 120 volts, it produces even more air. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it will do then, and how loudly it will make the Baird meter snap back. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now we're at 120. Go ahead and when I turn it on, the bag is deflated now, so turn it on, I'll show, you can watch the bag inflate. Here we go. I guess maybe it's because this machine is new, but it also produces a rather unique smell when it's running, sort of like a kind of an oily smell. It's very neat, kind of what an industrial vacuum would probably smell like. But as you can see, it is so powerful it makes the indicator dial on the Baird meter snap back, even running at a voltage as low as 80 volts. So how many of your Kirby's can do that? So anyway, hope you all enjoyed this. This is the Tornado 98995 industrial vacuum cleaner, part 2, testing on the Baird meter.